101, sold 102, so on and so forth. As in the first item will be sold 101. That's the way it's going to work for you. You'll then be redirected to the page where you can then check out. Other than that, just a little bit more house cleaning terms of the business. You do have a 30-day money-back guarantee policy with most items unless they're on clearance. Other than that, just know that no matter how big or small your purchase is today, each purchase will be providing a meal for a child through our Your Purchase Feeds Foundation, both here in America, and Akshaya Patra, which is a sister organization which we work with in India, where our parent company is located. A lot of you may or may not know, most of you who watch do know, but our parent company, which is located in India, probably one of the second largest manufacturers of jewelry in the world. So when you see the prices today, don't get in the mindset of too good to be true. The reason why we're able to do them so low is because essentially you are going to the mothership, which is directly connected to us. So in other words, you're not having to pay all the middlemen that you might normally have to pay during, a normal shopping experience in retail, for example. A lot of times you'll have sometimes up to 10, 11, 12 middlemen. Everybody has to get their cut before you get to the final product, which is in retail, and you pay a fortune for it. So if it does seem too good to be true, that's why. All right. So that being said, this first item, which is a gent's ring, this is going to be in stainless steel. So you do want to get your correct size. If there's a doubt about size, whether it be up or down, maybe you're thinking about giving it as a gift, the price is going to make it to where you can order a couple different sizes and then gift whatever. And you want this anyway because it is in Sleeping Beauty. That is a hard stone to procure these days. Sleeping Beauty in Miami was shut down in 2013 in Globe, Arizona. And it was one of the very few places on planet Earth where you can get this robin's egg blue, non-matrix, no veining in the turquoise. And it's very, very valuable, but very, very hard to come by at the retail level just because of the scarcity of it. Again, closed down in 2013, right? So take a look at this and understand that this is not going to be 109 or even 199, which is where we had it. I think that's fair, probably on the low side. This is $19.99. Take a look at that here, everybody on TikTok, and then for everyone on all our other platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Good looking gents ring, past, present, and future. A classic look, nice width on this one, could be about 1/4 of an inch. You do have an open air under gallery, so if you do happen to go a little bit, this one for example, I believe this is the size 11, so it works as a pinky ring for me. I wear a size 12. You can wear it, find a finger, make it fit, but we do have sizes available. This is a new arrival here. It's available in sizes 9 through 14, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ladies, Valentine's Day. Think about getting your gentleman or would-be gentleman one of these rings. When in doubt, I'd say probably 11 is probably going to be your average size for the gents, but that's just me going out on a limb. Again, if there's even a question about it, maybe get 3 of them and within that same range. And you can gift the others or just keep it for safekeeping because those stones are very valuable. Definitely, if we were just to sell you one of these stones for $19.99, you got a great deal. You're getting the stone, you're getting all the detail work in there, even the side profile there. So you've got a little bit of like sort of perforated, sort of mill grain type deal going on the sides there. It's kind of blocked off at the top. But this kind of gives you the look of diamonds with that double mill grain on either side. Just kind of gives it an extra adornment, extra bit of three-dimensionality. Really good looking, solid ring. Again, you've got 3 beautifully match mated, all calibrated robin's egg blue, sleeping turquoise stones right there. So that being said, $6.67 is a budget payment option for you if you want to stretch your dollars out. That's available to anybody, everybody. It is not a credit card. It is not a credit check, nor is a credit check done whenever you decide to use the budget payment. There's no interest payments either, so essentially you would get it home today for $6.67. If you want to get 3 of them for gents in your life, other men in your life, that's a great option as well. Get one for dad, get one for son, whoever, and then you're not going to pay any shipping because once you hit that $49.99 and above threshold, you won't have to pay for any shipping. So basically, you're just going to pay taxes and $6.67. on this one, and it's a great get. Again, very, very good looking ring, classic look with a past, present, future, something we don't see on a lot of gents rings. So I kind of like that. That's what's very different to me, and those of you who know and watch, you know, I kind of like a little bit different, a little bit outside the mainstream when I'm looking at jewelry, whether it be for men or women. So we're going to move on. This is Soul 101, but Soul 102, talk about beautiful. You've got a really passionate sort of pinkish peach almost, or peachish pink, maybe? Say that 3 times fast. This is a flamingo moonstone, and it does have a nice sunburst design. So a good classic design with the sunburst. Adds an extra bit of adornment here. Going to be a classic look there. Never going to go out of style. 4 carat 25 on this one. Moonstone, also your June birthstone, one of your June birthstones. June's got almost, I think, more than any other month, and that's, of course, my birthday month. The price on this is wild. You've got really nice chatoyancy on this, so you're going to get a cat's eye effect. It's going to be perfectly centered, and it's going to be in precious metal, sterling silver, but you do have it bathed in platinum. Going to give it a very, very expensive look. Going to give you a large look on the finger. Now I'm just going to kind of hold this up here just for kind of scale purposes. Obviously I'm not a hand model. So this is going to look, you can imagine how much better this is going to look on you than me. Now keep in mind, we've got a lot of studio lights here, so if you're in one light source environment, whether it be outside in the sunlight or inside, you know, with just a single source, you will see really, really nice cat's eye effect on this as well. And if we could scroll down just a little bit, we also have this is $49.99, by the way. We also have it available in a blue deal as well. Just trying to see if there's any other information. About 11 by 9 millimeters on your center stone, 3 carat 45 in that one. The remaining, if we could scroll down just a little bit further, I believe that's going to be moissanite. It doesn't say, but I'm going to go ahead and say it for them. Yeah, it's surrounded by moissanite. This is a lab-created gemstone, but moissanite.
Yeah. Moonstone and moissanite, yeah.
Yeah, okay, moonstone and moissanite, great. Lab-created gemstone, but let's never confuse it with like a Austrian crystal, which is beautiful and gives you the look of diamonds, but moissanite is the next level. It's very, very expensive to create, but it's based on the chemical process. Everything about it, down to the elements it's made with, are all extraordinarily expensive to put together. It is time consuming as well, but you get more fire, more brilliance, more sparkle than a diamond. So you got a really excellent halo here. Again, you're going to get that cat's eye effect on that, and you've got beautiful, beautiful color on this one as well. So take advantage of that, folks. $49.99, and I'm going to show it to you here again, just on the little ring finger that we have for them. But take a look at that. How gorgeous is that? And you will see it's going to have a perfectly centered, I don't know if you're seeing it, because again, we've got about, I don't know, 7 or 8 different studio lights sort of blasting in on us here. So you may or may not be able to see it, but when I do this to it, I see that it does have a very, very beautifully centered white cat's eye directly straight down the middle. It is a beauty. And again, pink, very, very popular right now. Obviously, we had the release of that movie that sort of made everything pink, all things pink in vogue. But hard to find pink gemstones out there at the moment. Hard to find rose gold out there at the moment, because a lot of it, people think because of that movie and the wild popularity that it had, the movie with all the pink and the cute little toy that you might have played with when you were children. That rings a bell. But $12.50 on budget pay. We only have this available, and this is okay because it's probably your average women's size ring, is in an 8 and a 7. And a 9 and a 10. So 7, 8, 9, and 10 are going to be available. Could we click on the blue version of this? Because when you get redirected to this, is going to be sold 102. When you get redirected to the website, you'll see that there's a blue one available. It's sort of an Aurora moonstone available to you on that one. And that one is the same price. It's only available in sizes 7 and 10. But again, it's in precious metal, and with the classic style, with the sunburst design, but the side profile, you'll know that if you want to, you can easily get this size, so that's not going to be an issue in terms of sizing. All the money we're saving you at $49.99, going to make that a very affordable option, and any jeweler can size that for you if, in fact, you do want to get the blue one. So we're going to move on, but man, is this spectacular. So you got a big moonstone. You got a really good cocktail ring look, borderline, but just something different, something really fun, and with that chatoyancy that you see with it, that sort of cat's eye phenomenon, it is really quite fantastic. Last word I will say on this one, you do have what's known as a triplet, which is where they've put in just a little bit of coloring, a little thin stripping, and then under a backing on it, which is just going to give it that nice coloring. But you do have the moonstone over the top, so you've got the genuine moonstone, and then certain really beautiful effects. Wow, this is one of the prettiest rings you're going to see out there. And again, it's got classic look. So we're going to move on because not only do we have the ring, but we are bringing to you the matching pendant. So you've got the ring, and now you're going to have basically the exact same look, roughly the same dimensions, give or take 5 points, 4 karat 35 between your moissanite and your moonstone, the flamingo moonstone. You've got sunburst pendant. You've got the 20-inch chain. That's coming along for the ride. That chain in sterling silver with platinum overlay, obviously on the pendant here, is going to easily, I'd say the chain's easily going to run you probably about $100 at the retail level. Maybe you're lucky, maybe you get lucky, maybe you have a brother in the business and you get it for, I don't know, $69, $59. Well, guess what? This is only $39.99. So, what does that tell us? That tells us go in and get it, if nothing else, just for the chain, but then you're going to have one of those most beautiful cat's eye effect stones and surroundings. This is going to be just shy of, or no, right at an inch from bail to bottom. Again, going to give you that, excuse me, going to give you that exact same look that you got with the previous item. So that was sold 102, was the ring, and we will be calling this sold 103. I really hope that if you get the ring, you get the pendant. Like these, especially whenever we have the exact match, I always like for them to find a home together. It really goes a long way towards completing that look. Now, maybe you're one of those people that, like, I don't necessarily want. I like to mix it up with a little bit of everything. Okay, well, we're not telling you to get the whole suite. Or are we? I see a pair of earrings that I think would go really nicely with it. I don't think they're made to be with it, but gosh, they would go really nice. So we don't have a pair of earrings to go with these, do we?
We do not.
Be a lot cooler if we did, but these are, look, this is going to give you just that nice, really beautiful effect here and the ring, and they most certainly should be finding a home together. The exact same look. There's nowhere you're going to find out in the retail world something that matches this perfectly, and this does. So 20 inches, you get the chain, you get it all, and it costs you $39.99. And if you get this along in conjunction with the ring, then you're not going to pay any shipping costs whatsoever. You got a $13.33 budget payment option available to you. Again, that's zero credit check, zero interest payments. You pay $13.33. You get it home, and then you pay about, I don't know, 50 cents a day. Just under 50 cents a day for the remaining 2 months. So if you want to stretch the dollars out, I think the ring was about a $15, if I recall correctly, budget payment. You can get it all home today for under $30. Excellent opportunity. Again, a beautiful classic look with that halo, but you get all those beautiful moissanite, more fire, more brilliance than a diamond typically. But it is quite the lovely here. And again, this one's going to be about an inch, just shot, or right at an inch from your bail to the bottom. It is a good look, huh? Yes, it is. Keep in mind, we are dangerously close to Valentine's Day. So any guys that are watching, if you're wanting to get something for your other, you need to pull the trigger here in the next week. If you want to make sure that you get it without stress time, in time for Valentine's Day. Ladies, if you want to get yourself something for your guy because you don't trust his judgment and maybe you shouldn't, then you want to get it probably now. That way we can have it in time for Valentine's Day. So a great look there. C'est fantastique. And we're going to move on to a big and bold look. I love this ring. You've got a dome style ring. You've got Mozambique garnets, which I am a huge, huge fan of. Well, just of garnets in general. Of course, it's your January birthstone. But this gives you a nice, bold, sort of cocktail ring look there. Look at that. Now, what you may notice is, you say, well, this looks like almost a dark prongs. I love the use of that. They use black rhodium with the prongs. The remainder of the ring is going to be, this is going to all be in precious metal. So we've got it platinum over sterling silver. Give you a very, very expensive look. Let's take a look at the side profile there. There we go, TikTok, and for everybody else. Right about there. So nice, robust look. It does taper down, so it's going to be very, very wearable. You also have a nice honeycomb under gallery as well. So that's going to make it very comfortable on the finger, sliding on and off. And this one almost has the feel. It's not quite blocked off at the bottom, but if you guys are familiar with sort of that European style mounting, a lot of times they're sort of blocked off just to keep them from wiggling around. This almost has that feel because of the way the angles here, but it is rounded ultimately, but this shouldn't slip and slide on your finger too much anyway. We do have it available, unfortunately, only in sizes 5 and 6. This is a last in stock opportunity. So there's the bad news. The good news, $69.99. That's really good news. Because you have what looks like about a $2,000 ring. If this is in platinum, you know, all things being equal, everything else being the same, we're looking at well over $3,500 at a nice retail or even a medium range retail location. But $69.99, quite impressive. Now, you have a $17.50 budget pay, but I do want to tell you about that when you go to sold 104, which is the number on this item, could we click on the pink one there? I want to see what that is. So we got Mozambique garnet here, 8 karat 35. So a lot of those. These aren't micro pave. These are good sized garnets, nice refractive. We've also got one that's black spinel. That one's available in sizes 5 through 9. And then we've got one that's in white zircon. Again, that's $69.99. 9 karat 75 of white zircon. If you just want this exact look, but with basically with the diamond look. Zircon's not a zirconium, it's a genuine gemstone. And that one's in platinum over sterling silver. All of them will be platinum over sterling silver, it looks like. Was there a pink one, or did I just imagine that?
You imagined it.
Okay, I imagined it. Probably the shade of the white one, but that white one is money. Again, that's going to give you the look of diamonds with genuine gemstones. And of course the black spinel one, which is going to be all black. So basically you have a black, a white, and then this sort of reddish, orangish red here. All coming with genuine gemstones. So if you love this look, I would definitely encourage you maybe to think about getting all 3 of them. You're not going to pay shipping on it either way because you've got, you're over that $49.99 threshold. But it's a great look. It's a big, bold look. And again, that cluster style with a nice dome on top of it, very, very popular. It's a classic. It's not the newest design, but it was an instant classic the moment it came out because you do get that full and robust look. And this looks extremely expensive. But again, I love what the use of the black, the black behind the stones there, and the black rhodium, excuse me, because it makes that color pop. I want to give you one last look at it before we move on. I spent a lot of time on it. This is just a good looking ring. It's going to give you that really robust, full look. If you're looking for that, and you don't want to pay a fortune, again, it's got the honeycomb under gallery, so it's going to be fully finished all around. It's strong. So ladies, yeah, I want you to get this. But this is kind of everyday wearable as well. It's something you definitely wear to, the upscale when you're fully dressed up to the nines. And then something you can wear with your jeans and every day. And you got a really strong, going to be over a 7 Mohs hardness scale on all 3 of those gemstones, so, or right at or above. So it's a good looking ring, solid, beautifully match mated on those garnets too. And we are moving now talk about a cocktail ring. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about a heart. Let's talk about labradorescence. Take a look at this. This is from the Bali collection. Most of you are familiar that watch with regularity, but the Bali collection. These Balinese culture is very, very impressive. They've handed down this tradition of hand making, working with silver and other metals. They're right up there with the Italians in terms of metallurgy, in terms of design work. They do some of the most fantastic designs, all hand done. And look at that. That is labradorite at its finest. Now you'll notice you see that phantom, that sort of what we call a Schiller effect or labradorescence. Much like adulorescence that you see in moonstone most of the time, in gem quality moonstone. This is a member of the feldspar family, which is, of course is a sister stone to your moonstone. But labradorite, oh my gosh. It's one of the most well, I think it's because people don't know about it. It's not really widely known about. I mean, you could find it at the retail level, but it's just not out there. And people don't think about, well, they think about the three kings kind of, like the rubies, emerald, sapphire, maybe tanzanite they're familiar with, maybe morganite, to a lesser degree, of course, garnets. But labradorite just gives you something really, really spectacular. I love the fact that a lot of labradorite is going to have that sort of gray backdrop, which makes it sort of very wearable with anything in your wardrobe. But then to get the labradorescence, which you don't always see in abundance, with this one, you will see it. You will see every last bit of it. This picture does not do it justice, okay? But this picture does help illustrate the mounting. It's all going to be bezel set, so it's going to keep that stone nice and protected. Stone's going to be about a 7 on the Mohs, but then you've got all this really beautiful sort of filigree work. It's all hand tooled that surround it. And again, it's a big, bold cocktail ring. But one of the cool things about, and there's their side profile, about the Bali collection is you even notice on that sort of split prong there, and there we go for TikTok. And for everyone else, I'm going to show you here. This is for everybody else. But you'll notice, you see that sort of, just to kind of give you an idea of scale though. Wow, boom. You've even got that nice sort of hand-tooled work on either of those split shanks on either side. It's going to be very sizable, but no worries. We've got it available in just about every size, from 5 on up to 10 at the moment. This, ladies and gentlemen, would never, I could comfortably say that, would never be less, I don't think, than $100 anywhere. We're doing it for $49.99. It's all in sterling silver, as are most of our Bali collection here. Again, all handmade, not put together, but with a 3D printer. And if you've ever seen the sort of the secondhand, not secondhand, but the B-roll footage that we show you sometimes on the TV shows, you can see them sort of hand tooling, and you can see all the little tools that they use to make and create these amazing works of art. Typically, they're going to be one-offs in terms of the production of them. I mean, will they do another heart motif? Of course, they will. In time for Valentine's Day? I doubt it, no. But this is going to give you that big, bold look. Got a decently high profile there, just because you've got a really big stone right there. But look, I mean, I've got big hands, and that is like going to give you that huge, bold look. But you're seeing all that really, really sharp adulorescence, which of course you can't see right here because that's sort of a side profile. But if you get anywhere on its face, you're going to see that Schiller effect, and it is spectacular. Almost these like light peacock colors, mostly blue, and you see some sort of greens in there. But excellent, excellent Schiller effect on this one. And it's an all natural gemstone, so there's something to be said for that too. But if you're a lover of cocktail rings, even look, the back of it, got a honeycomb gallery. So that just kind of goes to show you just all the work that the Balinese people put into these. Each one made with TLC. Of course, a prayer is said before each item before it goes out for its intended wearer, which I think is a lovely sentiment as well. So this will be sold 105. So again, sold 105 on that big bold cocktail ring with all that beautiful adornment surrounding it. Really, really nice. I'm a big fan of bezel setting too, but very smooth on top, so this is not going to get caught with that bezel setting, no prong use. It's a cocktail ring that's not going to get snagged on your, and of course the smooth polish on top, it's not going to get snagged on your sleeves and whatnot. So that's a kind of a nice little aspect that when it comes to the bezel setting, and it keeps the stone nice and protected as well. So we're going to move on, but again, 5 through 10, this is $49.99, so no shipping on that one. We've hit that $49.99 threshold. So I want you to be aware of that, but it's just a good solid ring. And again, Valentine's Day, it's here, you know, or just about. So this would make an excellent Valentine's Day gift because you do have that cleft heart, which you can wear, or you can turn it into a spade if you wanted to, by wearing it like that. So really, really cool option for you. I love that. I can't believe, I mean, this is such a big, bold look. All natural gemstone too. So great. Now, if you get this, I don't know if they're made to be together, but what we have here is an artisan crafted. They look fantastic together because again, we've got labradorite. We've got 3 large, so sort of a past, present, and future. Now this is going to be very, very high grade and high polished, quite frankly, on your sterling silver. 30, well, we'll call it 35. 34.50 carats of beautiful labradorite, but done in such a way. Look at this. Look at the mounting that it's in. Got a double rope on either side. Super highly reflective on that as well. Of course, silver, one of the most highly reflective metals in the world. So you get high polish, high shine, and it's not in mystery metal. We have this in a mystery metal or mystery alloy. We have it at a mystery alloy price, mystery metal price at $49.99. Each one of these stones, now each one's always going to be different just because that's the nature of labradorite. I mean, you'll have a slightly different Schiller effect, but each one of these has amazing labradorescence, that Schiller effect that we just talked about. So as you turn it or sort of move it to and fro, you're going to see that Schiller effect, and you're going to see all that color just come to life. This one's got a lot of sort of golden tones to it as well, but it is going to look fantastic with the ring that we just got you, right? So again, labradorite, all natural, very, very beautiful. And you've got a really cool rope finish sort of surrounding this. Each one's going to articulate very nicely because of these cuffs here and here. Again, big, bold, sort of cocktail look there, almost the size of a watch, you know? Or a very small faced watch, I would say. But I love what they did with the side area here as well. Again, we've got sort of double chevron, almost rope style finish on the sides there. And all that, of course, culminates in a lobster claw clasp. I'm going to kind of show you that too, because you do have variability, some sort of a bunch of jump rings there. So it's going to go between a 7 1/4 on up to an 8 1/4. All right, so going to fit most wrists out there. And again, let me undo this. I'm going to kind of show it to you on my wrist just to kind of give you an idea of scale here. Have a look there for everybody on TikTok and for everyone else. Very, very nice. And since you do have the jump ring clasp, guys, if you wanted to get in on that, sure, why not? To each their own. I think it's a good look either way. Actually, check that. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to make a revision here. I'm glad I double checked this. 7. Yeah, I'm going to have to revise that. So guys, you're out. And ladies that can't wear it's going to be, let's call it 7 1/4 or less. So I think that was probably meant to be 5 or 6 1/4, because you've got about an inch worth of jump rings there. So yeah, just shy of an inch worth of jump rings. So yes, if you don't wear a 7 1/4 or under, and we'll just need to adjust that. I apologize if that's wrong in the notes, because I was trying to put it on myself. I wear about an 8, and it's not going to fit me. So that alerted me to the problem here. But definitely an excellent look. You're getting a several $1,000 look here for pennies on the dollar. You got open air under gallery there. You can see that labradorite, even through the bottom, you're seeing a nice Schiller effect there too. So these are excellent, top quality in terms of those large stones. And just a really beautiful, high-end luxury design look that you could wear every day, but this is something you most assuredly could wear with your very, very, dressed to the nines, nice dress and whatnot. And it's one of those conversation stones, really, that people are like, ooh, what's that? Well, let me tell you about it. Are you familiar with moonstone? Yeah, so this is in the feldspar family. It's cousin to your moonstone. And it does have the Schiller effect, or instead of the adulorescence that moonstone has, this gives you labradorescence. And it's just fantastic. Just fantastic. Lots of golden hues in this one too. So it's almost like it's battery powered. Marvelous indeed, and robust on the design work too. I love that. In terms of these two, sort of the way they put those together, that's a real kudos to the design team there. It's almost like you've got sort of two long naga, double row of two long naga, tail of the dragon, going on either side. So this is very, very high end. I can't say enough about it. With the bezel setting, the rope finish surrounding those. This is a really great and expensive look, like a really high-end luxury design look. So I'll quit gushing, but this is sold 106. Could we actually, before we move, could we click on the other? Because we do have a sister bracelet there that will be in green onyx. Now, that one, same price. Okay, so we've got the sister to this one, which is going to be in green onyx. And that will also be $49.99 with a $12.50 budget pay. So if you get this and you just love the design, which that design is, it is marvelous. And you want that sort of a green stone look, green onyx, very, very nice. Or verde onyx, you might have heard it called. That's just green in Spanish. Makes it sound more, luxurious, I suppose. Verde. Need to roll the R's better. Anyway, great looking bracelet. Again, I think it goes fantastically with the ring that we just got. So this is sold 106. The ring again was sold 105, both with labradorite. And think about getting the green onyx one, okay? So we're gonna move on, but man, oh man, I'm loving this one. Really, really nice stones. Love labradorite. Labradorite's been a really, really big popular seller here for us, and for obvious reasons. Every time people get it home, I don't know that it shows as well on TV or here on the live stream, but when you see it, you'll fall in love. Now the next stone, you may not have fallen in love with yet, but you've probably seen them out there, and you've seen them for very, very expensive. A lot of times you'll see these in estate jewelry. Now this is a ring that we showed the other day, so I'm going to give it I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but it is fantastic. It is it has what's a phenomenon that's known as asterism, which means you're going to see that star effect. So when the rutile needles are aligned in such a way, and you have a great artisan that comes in and is able to craft the stone around it, we've got a 3 carat 25. Majority of that, at least 3 carats of that, is going to be in your blue star sapphire. So we're talking genuine corundum here. It's got a nice sort of a midnight blue, a little bit sort of I'd say more than navy to midnight in terms of the color. But we've got a few of these remaining, and I just thought it was such a great deal. I was like, well, anytime we have this available. Now you will be able to see the star better when you get it home. It does have a very sharp 5-legged star. It's difficult to show. Again, you got a bunch of competing lights, but this one has a very, very sharp star available to you. You can't even see it that well in the picture because, again, they have a lot of lights trained on it, but you will be able to see. And it'll be a nice centered as well. Essentially, any angle in which you look at it from, you're going to see the star, but it centers up beautifully here when you have just a single source of light, whether it be sunlight or just in a room with just one source of light. But you do have excellent color as well. And again, a very, very large stone here in terms of, we're talking about corundum, sapphire, 3 carat 25. It's going to be a nice cabochon oval. And we have it available only in a few sizes now, size 7, 8, 9, and 10. I used to work at another television network where whenever we would get a star anything in, whether it be star ruby, star sapphire, trying to think, we had a couple other star gemstones, but they were always very, very expensive. This one's going to be in platinum over sterling silver, so you've got a very expensive classic look on the mounting with a little twist here. You've got the double sort of moon that sort of graduate up, very nice, and then a nice sort of nice pretty thick band as well. It's finished under gallery, but again, 7, 8, 9, and 10, $49.99. No shipping on that one. Will you be paying? And you have a $12.50 budget pay. So $12.50 gets it home. And for the remaining 3 months, you're going to spend less than 50 cents a day. So if that's something you think you can work out in the budget, then you, my friends, will get this. I'm going to show you just on my finger here, just to give you an idea of scale. Keep in mind I've got large hands. Okay? Now, we're going to move on. But that, very solid. You got sort of kind of got a past, present, future vibe with those moons, but just a really pretty ring. Nice graduation, we'll call it. Not past, present, future. We'll call it graduation. And again, those are going to be moissanite surrounding it. So they're oh so small, but really pack a big punch when we talk about moissanite. So fantastic look there. Just want to flash that one in again because it is such a good looking ring, and it's kind of got that classic vibe to it as well. Very Art Deco on that one. So if you get those, I cannot encourage you strongly enough, I'm going to kind of pick that one back up, to get the matching earrings. Gents, if you have your ears pierced, go for it, 100%, because you've got a round cabochon here with the earrings. You're going to have a fantastically centered star sapphire there. So just give you an idea. There we go. Okay. Does that look good? Is that new me? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. 2 carat 90 though on those. These are also going to be a platinum over sterling silver with a $12.67 budget payment. So essentially, if we wanted to get the ring, and if you get the ring, I would highly encourage you to get the earrings. Not to say that you couldn't just do one or the other, because you do have an oval versus a round, but these are going to look fantastic together. If you really want to complete or get towards completing that asterism, that star sapphire, you've got similar color on these as well. That's sort of navy, deep navy blue, and they're going to look really, really great together. So they complement each other fantastically. And can we scroll down? These are $37.99. Oh, these are $37.99. Okay, 2 carat 90 between the two, so you're essentially getting about 3 carats a piece. Now, keep in mind they're cabochon, right? So they're not in terms of millimeter. We're talking about a 6 millimeter round, which I think is the ideal when we're talking about studs. So this is something you could wear every single day, whether you're dressing up, you can dress it down. Most conservative work environments will allow you to wear studs, so you've got that going for you. But to be able to get a star sapphire set of studs, I think that's something that you're rarely, if ever, going to see at the retail level. Like at your malls, your sort of brick and mortar type places. But they're just solid. 4-pronged, got the big disc backs on those too. So you've got a pretty expensive backing on those as well, which I really like. And that helps to keep them nice and secure so they're not sort of tilting down or tilting up. They're just going to be sort of nicely centered there on your ear. I'm not going to weigh it down too much, but just a classic, solid look. And the fact that you're getting double asterism, well, that makes them very, very special. $37.99. How many do we have of these?
We have 27.
Okay, but we have 27 of these, right? So we have a good bit of these. I want to encourage you, if you love these and you get them for yourself, get them home, see if you love them. But do think about, since you said 27 or 37?
27.
Okay, I thought you said 37. 27. you may not want to wait until you get them home. I would get a couple of these if you're thinking about gift giving. A stud is something that no matter who you are, of course, blue sapphire is wildly popular. It's probably one, if not the most popular gemstone out there in the world. But think about getting this as a gift because I think anybody's going to love it. And at the price we're doing for less than 40 bucks. I think we have done these before at $49.99. I don't know that we've ever done them at $37.99, which is a good stopping point for me to tell you that today is the 28th. Gosh, January flew by. Today's the 28th. The 29th, I've got to assume that these will go back up to the everyday price. So our prices all here are going to be good, and we will hold those prices for 24 hours. After that, no guarantees. It may stay the same, but more than likely these will go up, as will the majority of what we show you today. So not to try to hard sell you or put any unneeded pressure, but as I speak right now, it's the 28th. So on the 29th, about this time, you have 24 hours from when this airs to take advantage of these at the low price. Now, if they bump back up to $49.99, you're still getting a great deal. But if you can save, what's that? I don't know, 12 bucks, why wouldn't you? So think about getting these and think about getting them for your friends. Maybe you have a September birthday. Sapphire, going to be your September birthstone as well. So you're getting genuine corundum, 9 on the Mohs hardness scale, nice carat weight on those, and they go fantastically with that ring that we showed you. These, again, are sold 108. So sold 108. Absolutely beautiful. And with asterism, can't beat that. The fact that you can get this whole total package here for less than $100 is quite remarkable indeed. All right, so we're gonna move on. I'm gonna set these right there because I want them to sort of live together. And we're gonna move on to what is, well, if you've been to the website and you've checked out the host bios, it should say in my host bio, if it's still on there and all the information is correct, just say that my favorite gemstone is a blue zircon. Now I'm going to take this. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Look what we have coming up. Coral? Very nice. Or Peruvian pink. It's either coral or Peruvian pink opal. But we've got this. Let's stay focused. Focus, grasshopper. Past, present, and future on a gorgeous Cambodian blue zircon. Lots of carat weight there. This is a gemstone that is known as the unreliable fruit. Because when the people go out to mine this material in Cambodia, there's these little small sort of well-sized holes, which they just sort of lower them into the ground, and they go just with hand tools and chipping away. A lot of times they come back empty-handed. Unreliable fruit. But when they do get the fruit, it is spectacular. Again, zircon, not to be confused with zirconia. This is a genuine gemstone. Cambodia is one of the few places where you get really this blue, not necessarily in abundance, where you can get where any sort of, I guess, significant mining is done, where you get this just beautiful Santa Maria aquamarine color, that deep, rich blue. But it gives you like a neon glow, and you've got a doubly refractive gemstone. Again, not a zirconia, a zircon, this the oldest gemstone in the world, perhaps. It's one of the things they use. I think they said something. I read something where something about wherever they find the zircon is what they use to carbon date the age of the Earth. For what that's worth, I'm not sure if I butchered that, but I had heard that, and it makes sense because it's over 4 billion years old, and a lot of scientists estimate the Earth to be just over 4 billion years old. Who knows? That's not my area of expertise, but I do know a beautiful gemstone when I see it. This is absolutely stunning. Doubly refractive. Again, so what does that mean? It means when light hits it, goes in, and it splits that light. So when you see the light return, you get double the light return. So highly refractive is this stone. You've got nearly a carat on each of those. They show very much like a carat. You've even got beautiful, what I'm going to assume is white zircons, 2 little tapered baguettes on either side. So you've got a really full, robust, classic look here that's never ever going to go out of style. You get some really beautiful cushions. We have this available in sizes 5, 6, 7, and 9. 8 sold out. It's $49.99. I can't believe we're doing this for $49.99. We've got only one review, so it's a relatively new item, and it's a 5-star. So $49.99. Again, it's going to be in sterling silver. That's going to make it a more affordable option, but you do have it bathed in platinum overlay. So you've got a noble metal, which is also considered a precious metal as well. It's platinum. It's one of the most expensive metals out there, and it's on top of precious metal, sterling silver. So 2-carat-70, absolutely stunning. This one will not disappoint. It just won't. It just won't, because anytime you get blue zircon, something you don't see at the retail level that much, because again, it's not found in a great abundance, but when you see it, and those are beautifully match mated, all calibrated, cut the same way, you get something really special. I think this would go great. Also, if you have like just an engagement ring, just a solitaire, if you wanted to kind of put this above or below it, I think that would be maybe it's like a cushion or something. This would be excellent to wear with that as well. But it does give you a really nice look. It's a nice width too, in terms of those stones. Going to be just shy of about. Let's scroll down if we could. Just shy of about 1/4 of an inch. So you're getting really large stones that show like they're easily a full carat. And again, so we're like at 2 carats 55, but these each show like a full carat. And then the remainder is going to be in the white zircon, so about 15 points in the white zircon. But these are 6x4s, okay? 7.5 on Mohs hardness scale. Yeah, 7.5 Mohs hardness scale, so very durable too. So basically, just keep them away from the emeralds, the sapphires, the diamonds, the moissanite. You should be in good shape in terms of scratch resistance. Maybe topaz. I think topaz is about an 8. And chrysoberyl, stay away from that. But just look, put it in a nice jewelry box. You can find those at shoplc.com and take advantage of this. How many do we have total of these? About 20 something?
We have 28.
28 of these. And again, the sizes range from 5 to 7 and also a 9. 5, 6, 7, and 9. $49.99. My first time seeing it, other than in pre-show. But blue zircon, so magical. And really, it really gives you, I think, a higher refractive look at, that's comparable, I'd say, to, like, if you're familiar with Padi tourmaline, really looks very much like a pool water blue Padi tourmaline. Just gorgeous. Genuine gemstone. So that will be sold 109. Again, sold 109 on that one. Very bullish on that one, especially anytime you can get that much blue zircon and get it for under $100. You want to seize that opportunity. I imagine that's a ring that's probably going to be bumped up, I would say, after the 24-hour period to about $69.99, which I think is still a pretty great price. But that's about what we would normally have something like that go out of here for. But to get nearly 3 carats on just your blue zircon, of course the white zircon, I think it's fantastic. All right, so we're going to move onward and forward to item sold 110. So sold 110, and I set that ring down. Here it is. Okay, so I was wrong. This is not Peruvian pink, and it is not coral. What it is, I was partially right. What it is Oregon. They found a deposit of opal. It is an opal, so it's going to be your October birthstone. But they found some deposits, and it is, now that I'm giving it a full look, it does have a really beautiful peach color to it of opal. Now, not all opal is like your play of color opal, you know. So you go TikTok, and for everyone else out there, here, let me do this so you're not, see, I'm trying to focus on my face. Hope you guys can see that good. The price on this one is about to blow your mind. Now what you have is a very, very high end. This is our Karis brand. Typically the Karis brand will be a brass ring. All right, makes it very affordable. Now this is going to have an overlay of 18 karat yellow gold, and I'm going to put this on. An overlay of 18 karat yellow gold and platinum bond as well. So what you get is a really, I'm going to show you this, just the side profile here. What you get is a very nice luxury design, very, very much like a designer design on the sides with those gorgeous sort of flowing filigree work. You do have a little bit of a sizing bar at the bottom. And I'm going to show you this on my hand there. Let's take a look, just to give you an idea of scale. So nice wide stones there. 2 carats. Can we change this up in the background?
Yeah.
2 carats on this. The thing about an opal, very low density on the stone. So good rule of thumb, take whatever the carat weight, multiply it times 2. Okay, and that's going to give you kind of the look that you're used to seeing in terms of, if we're talking relative like to say a diamond. So if we got 2 carats of a diamond and 2 carats of an opal, the opal is going to look wildly larger, right? Because it's not as dense a gemstone. But this does give you almost that sort of genteel, sort of light coral look with that beautiful peach color. And of course, the Oregon peach opal, not a huge deposit found of that material if you've studied that. So it's a really, really interesting find that they got. Not quite the Peruvian pink, and but just a really, really nice peach color, which peach, to me, in terms of a gemstone, when you have that combination of sort of an orangey, and you can see it a little better here, sort of the oranges and the pinks, you get something really, really nice. Just a beautiful look here. And it's a conversation piece, you know, because it does have the look unlike any other. Now, I guesstimated this would be a light coral or a Peruvian pink, but it is somewhere in the middle. So it's really not a lot of gemstones out here that give you this look. And again, I love the use of the 18 karat yellow gold plating on either side of it too. That does add an element to the design here. Of course, you've got the 5-stone ring, symbolic of a lot of things there too. They're all beautifully matched and mated on this. This is only $19.99. So think about that. If you're a gemstone lover, a gemstone collector, you can get a very rare gemstone, an opal, October birthstone, and you can get it all. So if you're one of those people that likes to collect, so for example, I have a number of different pieces of jewelry, most of which I can't wear. Most of it's women's jewelry. I just kind of put it away because I'm also a gem hound. Like I'm fascinated by different gemstones, and you can get good quality gemstones here and pay virtually, with $19.99, you're virtually getting it for free, right? That's something that's going to be affordable for most of us out there. It does have a budget payment though, $10. But this is one that you might want to get just so you'll have that material. Now, if you decide maybe later on you want to take it out of the mounting, that's your prerogative. Each one of those is large enough to be in their own solitaire ring. All right, you want to put a little halo over it, something like that, whatever you want to do. But this one I would get, and gents, yeah, I mean, it's a relatively low profile. So guys, yeah, if you wanted to, sure. Because you do have a nice wide, it gives you a wide band look because you got pretty tall stones there. These are going to be about 6x4s. Actually, and we've only got available in a 6 and a 7 though. So these are almost sold out. But can we scroll down to the bottom? I want to get the exact millimeter measurements on, yeah, 6x4s on those. So really beautiful peach gemstones there. And folks, for 20 bucks, $10 budget pay. Yeah, got the platinum look there with that bond, platinum bond. It looks very expensive. Just, it costs you nothing, basically. 2 full carats, and this will be item sold $110. So I hope you take advantage of that. And if you're just a gem lover, or if you love, you know, sort of the peach colored gemstones, like I just think peach is it's a really beautiful color in stones. You definitely want to take advantage of that one. Really, really beautiful, but very limited here. We've only got it available now in 2 sizes. It's going to be very sizable, a little sizing bar at the bottom, which shouldn't affect any of the 18 karat yellow gold plating. So you definitely could take that at any jeweler if we don't have it available in your size, because this one is the Karis collection, so it's not going to be in stainless steel, so very sizable on that one as well. So take advantage of it. Sold 110, and we will move on. We're at about the halfway mark, so I think it's a good time for me to reset and tell everybody who's watching on TikTok, you want to click on the link in the bio, which should be above, below, or down below me, east or west. That will take you to the website where you'll then punch in, for example, the last item we just showed you, I believe was that sold 110 or 109?
110.
So that was sold 110. You would then put sold 110 in the comments section. With everybody watching Facebook, Instagram, the way it's going to work for you, you'll put in the comments section, sold, for example, 110. The next item, for example, will be 111. So it would be sold 111, so on and so forth. And that's going to redirect you to the checkout page where you'll then be able to procure your item and get it in your size and all that good stuff. So we just brought you an amazing peach opal. This is that Oregon Sunrise Peach Opal. And now we're bringing you the pair of studs. They're going to match beautifully with that ring that we just got you. Again, let's complete the look. The ring had 18 karat yellow gold plating. These are going to be in vermeil. Now they are going to be in sterling silver, so a little more expensive on the precious metal there. And of course you've got the vermeil, which is going to be 2.5 microns of gold on top. Just a nice, again, these are going to be 6x4s. So they do look very, very nicely. They're going to go very, very beautifully with those in the ring that we just got you. These actually might be 7x4s. They're on a clearance item, but so that means no 30-day money-back guarantee policy, but no need, because these are down from $17.99. We're doing them today, $14.39. If you're a lover of coral, probably the closest thing that I can imagine are Peruvian pink opal. This is the peach, the Oregon Sunrise Peach variety of that beautiful October birthstone. Could we scroll down to the very bottom? Because I think these are slightly larger than our other ovals just were. I want to say they're about these are 7x5s as opposed to the 6x4s. But they look beautiful, and they do go very, very nicely with that ring that we just got you. And again, between the ring, which was $20, right, $19.99, and these, which are well under at $14.39, you know, we got you around $35 to get both of them home. They match wonderfully together. And again, studs, always going to be in vogue, always going to be a classic, and definitely something to think about getting as a gift-giving opportunity. You got a carat 15, but again, just multiply that by 2, and that's going to be the look that you have, usually, typically with an opal. How many do we have of these? It's a clearance item, but that could mean 40, that could mean
98.
So 98 of these available. That's the reason they put it on clearance. I was about to say, there's no reason why these should be on clearance. They're beautiful, but it's because we probably got a lot of them in. So that's the only reason we're getting this out as a clearance item. It's normally on clearance at $17.99 today, and for the next 24 hours, you can get it for $14.39 in precious metal, in vermeil no less, which really does make that color outstanding. So there's an opportunity for you. And we've got a lot of them, so if you want to think about giving this as a gift to somebody, maybe a friend has an October birthday, then that would be quite a thoughtful birthday gift. Look, you paid probably more for a pair of stud CZs in mystery metal, and now you can get a genuine gemstone and quite rare variety of opal in precious metal with the big disc backs. So if you get them for no reason, then just the big disc backs. And that's probably anywhere from $5 to $10 at a jewelry store right there. So you did well. But to get these gorgeous, beautiful pink gemstones and the vermeil, all that, very, very nice. Guys, if you have your ears pierced, yep, studs. Always with the studs, I say go for it. It's a good looking pair of earrings. And again, we've got about 2 per state available. So think about getting those as a gift as well. I'll also point out that I think these would go very nicely with that flamingo moonstone that we showed you. The flamingo, a little more on the pinkish side, but you're seeing little flashes almost of orangey in that one. So I think the colors, they complement each other quite nicely. This was, I think, sold 102, but just wanted to point that out. If you got this with that matching pendant that we showed you, which was sold 103 on that flamingo moonstone, I think these would be a nice pair of earrings to get with those. So think about doing that. And this again, sold 111 here. So not all opal going to give you that play of color. You know, there's different varieties all around the world, and this is a really, really cool color that they found there in Oregon. So beautiful. It's really pretty. Very soft, very feminine. Beautiful look. All right, so we're going to move forward, and I'm going to put this with these right back here. 2, another gents ring. Not this gents ring, which I'm going to show it to you in a little bit. This one, which we had last week, I said I wanted to show it anytime we had it. This is, if you missed last week's show, we've got a few of these remaining. Not as many in the sizes this time. The 11, the 9 are sold out. This is a 10, available in a 10, a 12, a 13, and a 14. What is it? Sleeping Beauty turquoise. Something that until I came here, I had not seen a gents ring. I'd seen a gents ring with turquoise, of course, but not the Sleeping Beauty material. Globe, Arizona is the location. Sleeping Beauty, the name of the mine. Why? Because you've got a silhouette of a gorgeous woman sleeping, presumably gorgeous. If it's her silhouette, how do we know? But that is the mine where this robin's egg blue, and this is quintessential robin's egg blue on that turquoise. But this is the location that shut down in 2013 where this material was found. It has gotten a lot more expensive and a lot more difficult to procure, especially in new jewelry pieces since 2013. We fortunately have had plenty of rough ourselves, which we'd stockpiled, and now we have a couple of vendors that we're working with, which had stockpiled some as well, which makes this something truly unique pretty much to us. I mean, there's places where you can find it in new jewelry, but for the most part, when we're talking about the Sleeping Beauty material, in other words, it doesn't have the veining, it doesn't have the matrixing that we're used to seeing, which is nice in its own right in most turquoise, but more abundant forms of turquoise. This has got that smooth, all one color without the veining, without the matrixing. But it makes it very difficult to come by in new jewelry. You can see it in a lot of estate jewelry these days. This one is going to be in stainless steel. So you're going to have a very full, very shiny, never going to tarnish, never going to oxidize, very easy to clean, very strong metal here. And it's a dead ringer for platinum as well. So you're getting a very, very, very expensive look. Because, I mean, if this ring is in platinum, well, you can imagine how much that would be. But it's not. So here's the good news. $27.99. Make sure you get this in the right size. If you wear a 15, I'm going to go out on a limb and say you could probably make it work if your ring finger's a 15, because you've got the open under gallery, so it's going to give you a little bit more wiggle room there. This one is, well, actually, you know what? We may have the size 11. And this may be the last one, because I think this is the size 11. Yeah, because it doesn't quite, I wear a size 12, and it doesn't quite fit my ring finger. I'm going to go out on a limb, say we have maybe one size 11 yet. You just have to wait until we check this back in. So one size 11, but other than that, we've got a 10, a 12, a 13, and a 14. $27.99. Very, very nice. And again, you got a nice blocked off front here. You've got the bezel setting, keep your stone nice and protected. You've got the Zachary treatment, which is a coating that they'll use to protect your gemstone from getting bleached out by the sun. And it's relatively porous material when we talk about turquoise, so that keeps that stone nice and protected for the life of it. So properly cared for. This could last you a lifetime, something you can pass down to generations to come. And you've got a really, really large stone there. Again, much like with opal, when we talk about turquoise, it's not quite as dense as, say, a diamond. Not as much specific gravity on it and density. So you do get a little bit larger look than, say, a carat 40 might suggest. This one's going to be, can we scroll down to the bottom real quick? 9 by 7 millimeters on this one. So just short of a centimeter. And again, 9 by 7, very large facing stone. Relatively low profile on that one. Gonna make it sort of everyday wearable as well. Nice blocked off top, but you do have some really cool sort of, I'd say very sort of contemporary look here with these sort of radiating out to all four corners. And then that continues with that nice sort of canyon dip throughout the either side of the shank there. It's going to taper down at the bottom, so make it sort of really wearable and comfortable to wear. And just a good solid gents ring. This is sold 112. How many do we have remaining on these?
We have 117.
Okay, so we bought this in abundance, or we made it in abundance. 117 of these. That's because otherwise the price makes 0 cents. $27.99. So that is basically a clearance price minus this being on clearance. So if you get it home, you don't fall in love with it, send it back. But that's a solid gents ring. Don't see turquoise in a lot of gents rings. Love that. Absolutely love that. And we've got enough to go around. So gorgeous. All right, so we're gonna move on. But man, yeah, I love this one. And also, you know, we showed you the other gents ring earlier. So think about, this is sold 101. But we'd have, if we had that one, maybe say, actually you could wear them together, but I don't know if the guys won't necessarily want to do that. But, and ladies, think about getting this as well. If you love the look, you want more masculine, it's not necessarily, but yeah, it is on this for sure. Ladies, I don't know that is. I mean, this is kind of unisex. But with this one, say probably more on the masculine side, but to each their own. Think about getting that. It's got a big stone on it too. So we're going to move on. I'm a lover of Tanzanian wine garnet. January birthstone, and this is one that we just got in that's going to allow you to get the Tanzanian wine garnet at a wildly inexpensive price. Is it the largest stone? Not necessarily, but the color of this stone, this gemstone, this material is just deep, rich raspberry. It's just lovely. This one's going to be in precious metal. But the thing that's noteworthy about this is it's just in time for Valentine's Day. If you want something that it's not going to be necessarily cocktail ring size, but you like to have just a nice pop of color. It does look very expensive. It's not very expensive. Our estimated retail value about $159. I think that's fair. We're doing this for $20. $20. Everyday price of this one is going to be $29.99. Probably within 24 hours this bumps up back up to $29.99. Still very fair price, but to get it right now for $20, and we got this available in a 5, an 8, a 9, and a 10. Going to be very sizable, but you've got all these hearts, and you've got all these white zircon, not zirconium, this is doubly refractive, genuine gemstone. It's all natural. These are nice little rounds. You got 3 little rounds on either side times 2, all in sort of a, I mean, they're individually pronged, but you've got them in sort of a heart-shaped bezeling, which is really, really lovely. And it's just a good-looking ring. This would be an excellent Valentine's Day gift to your missus, to your daughter, granddaughter. At $19, if you do have a granddaughter, you probably get the size 5. That would probably work. If that's too big for a young person, you might want to think about just getting a sizing bar, which you can get in any jewelry store just about. Probably find them on our website. But at $19.99 with a $6.67 budget pay. Budget pay, of course, 0 credit check, 0 interest payments. And that would come out to, let's see, that would be about 20 cents a day. So, if you can afford 20 cents a day, then, or a little less, then this is going to be for you. $6.67. Get it home. See if you love it. You've even got a sort of a finished under gallery on your center stone there as well, underneath. It's beautiful. New arrival here, so you got a nice rich color on this. Total of 60 points. So again, not the largest stone, but it definitely has a strong, strong presence. I'll give you an idea of scale here, guys. Just on there it is on my finger. I got big hands, but it's going to be nice and noticeable. You do have the vermeil rose gold, which I think looks good with any red gemstone, any pink gemstone. It looks great on almost any skin tone as well. If we could scroll down to the very bottom, I'll give you the particulars. Again, not the largest center stone, but I got to tell you that Tanzanian wine garnet it's truly special. So you got about the average size engagement ring size stone here with a 37 pointer. The remainder going to be in your white zircon there. But 5x3 stone, and it's just lovely. Absolutely stunning. You've got excellent cutting on that. You've got real nice brilliance to the center stone, which you're not really seeing in this one, but excellent cutting there as well. And I love the heart-shaped design on either side. That's unique. That's something different, and it's just in time for Valentine's Day. Just a heads up, Valentine's Day, like 2 weeks away, a little over 2 weeks away. You can definitely get this in time for Valentine's Day. It'd be a nice gift. You know what, this would actually make, I want you guys to do this. When was I last on? I was last on Tuesday, right? Or Wednesday?
I believe
I think
Tuesday.
you weren't here, but yeah, I want to say either Tuesday or Wednesday. The show before that, so basically the show a week ago, I think we featured, and then a week before that, we featured a Tanzanian wine garnet. I think this would make an excellent ring guard. It was like a solitaire ring, I think, on both of those that we showed. So I want you guys to kind of look back. It's going to be not my most recent show, but the one before that and the one before that. Go back, check those out, and if they're still available, you should be able to find them. It'll be the same item number. But this would make a great ring guard to go with those others, because I remember those were, I believe, in vermeil or in solid rose gold. But either way, this would make an excellent sort of either below, above, and maybe even a ring guard to go with those, depending on how long your fingers are. But that Tanzanian wine garnet is just, it's so gorgeous. It's like my new favorite gemstone. Every time you see it, it's got a beautiful sort of a raspberry hue to it. But I think that's cool. I think they look good together. All right, so $19.99. Sold $113 on this item. And we're gonna get ready to move onward and forward. But man, this stone just, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing here. That stone is just dynamite. Love that. All natural too. Genuine garnet. January birthstone too. So it's a great look. All right, so if you get these, or if you get this ring, or if you got those rings that I just talked about that were on not the most recent episode, but the two before that, I think. I want to highly encourage you to get these earrings. They look like they were meant to be together. And we're going to get that put up behind me in just a moment.
Yes.
But again, we've got the ovals here. These are going to be larger. You've got 2 carats in total. You've got white zircon. But I want to show you those together because I think they look fantastic. So 2 carats. So you're looking at probably about, I'd say maybe 75 points each on your center stones. Beautiful sunburst design. You've got the lever backs there as well. Let's see if we can hold these still. With that gorgeous Tanzanian wine garnet, which is just one of the most pretty gemstones you're going to ever find out there. I love it that it's got the rose gold overlay. I even love the price on these, which these can be dressed up, they can be dressed down, and put them on backwards there. I'll flip that one around. Or did this one just get flipped around? Oops. Oh, they were on right. I just messed them up. You've got 98 points, so about 50 points, 50 points apiece on each of your center stones, so well over your average size engagement ring. Remember, we were about 37 points on the previous item in terms of the center stone. They show a lot bigger though, because you do have the halo, that white zircon halo. So they show a lot bigger than it does maybe the center stone there, but they are bigger. They're about 50 points apiece, so half a carat on those. And beautiful. Of course, surrounded by white zircon. These you could wear every day, wear with a pair of jeans, but you absolutely you can dress these up big time. If you're wearing that little black dress, these are gonna look fantastic. You're gonna look so elegant. They look super duper expensive. You got $1,000 look all day, every day here, and you get it for $50. Lever backs, of course, they're not going anywhere. Very, very luxurious. Nice little hinged back, snaps right into place. Probably a favorite of a lot of the ladies here at Shop LC. But again, you've got that classic sunburst design, and it really does kind of make those center stones present a lot larger. Does a halo design, and just adds a touch of elegance, gives you that look of those VS diamonds on either side that are colorless, all round cuts. So all genuine gemstones, and with the exception of the occasional slight heating to clean up the white zircons, those are typically untreated as well. So you're getting all natural, genuine, mined from the earth, just as God made them, obviously cut by a master lapidary, but the gemstones, which is something really, really fantastic as well. Again, we got them in precious metal. It's going to be bathed in 2.5 microns of that beautiful pink gold, or rose gold as we call it here. And again, such a very expensive look for pennies on the dollar. You have a budget payment on this one. I believe that was $12.50. You can scroll back up now. So a carat 2 total weight in your zircon, and a carat, or 98 points, which is essentially a carat, between those center stones. $12.50, yeah. So $12.50 on your budget pay. Zero credit check, zero interest. So if you're wanting to stretch out your budget a little bit, maybe you've bought a couple items already, and we're reaching that ceiling in terms of budget, think about using the budget pay, okay? But I gotta say, these extremely elegant, extremely nice, and they look wildly expensive. Raspberry, almost like orange hues that you see bouncing off those, just that gemstone. Yeah, Tanzanian white garnet. Not a lot of veins found over there in Tanzania either, from what I understand from gemologists that I've talked to that are in the know of that region. But lots of amazing gemstones obviously came from Tanzania, and Madagascar is another one of the usual suspects where they're finding new discoveries all the time, these really cool and beautiful gemstones. So take advantage of that one, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be sold 114. Sold 114. How many do we have before we move on of those earrings?
I
think they just arrived.
8.
There's only 8 left?
Yes.
Last in stock. 8. Only 8. And we don't have any reviews on those yet either, so I gotta assume that we got a very limited amount of them. If you can afford it, get it, anything that we bring you in Tanzanian wine garnet, anything that you can get. Because as I understand it, that's not very big pockets of that material found over there. So that's a color and a hue that you just don't see every day in any gemstone. Maybe the closest thing would be like a tourmaline. I think some like raspberry colored tourmaline, but man, it's beautiful. All right, so we're gonna move onward and forward to a beautiful and very large carat 90 on a hot pink sapphire here. This elegantly simplistic pink, super wildly zeitgeisty, wildly popular, but it's always popular. This is beautiful. Got some fissure filling here. That's a newer treatment which allows you to get larger stones. It's basically a process whereby heated glass or some form of lead that's non-toxic is heated, and then it helps to fill any cavities or fissures that you might see on the front of the stone or in the interior, just to make it nice and durable again. But you've got a very large, genuine pink sapphire, mined from the earth on that one. You do have some smaller diamonds kind of accenting the top. There's sort of a top row that you might see of them that look like they are, well, this is probably a better way to show you here, so that you're seeing what I'm seeing. So you've got sort of a row of channel set diamonds here, and then another little row at the top. Now I love how they sort of broke up the deal here. You've got these going horizontally and these going vertically. So it's really a lot of elegance tossed into a very small space there on your bail, but just kind of really sort of a design team going the extra mile and making it quite luxurious indeed. This one's going to be about, from bail to bottom, you're looking at just shy of 3/4 of an inch. And if we scroll down to the bottom, I'm gonna tell you about the good news. $47.99. Yep, $47.99. Mined from the earth, sapphire, September burst stone. Probably the most popular stone in the world. Corundum, 9 on the Mohs hardness scale. This is a carat 70 just in your center stone or your presentation stone here. So it's going to be about a, let's see, 8x6. 8x6, nice size there, over 1.5 carats, a carat 70. The remainder is going to be in your diamonds. So again, we've got the beautiful channel here and the channel there. Elegant, beautiful, all in rose gold overlay. All right, top of precious metal. Oh, and by the way, you get the rose gold overlay chain. So you're getting a vermeil chain, about $130, $140 value right there, 20 inches, coming home with it. This is gonna be ready to go. As soon as you take it out of its packaging, it's gonna be, you put it on and forget about it. You just look sensational. Classic, sort of solitaire look with the slight twists, with the diamonds. Genuine diamonds, ladies and gentlemen. That is wild. If you get it for just the diamonds alone, you did pretty good. All right? So 20 points of diamonds all in the baguettes. Nice sort of fleur-de-lis on either side profile. That is a good deal right there. Sold $115. Sold $115, under $50. Everyday price going to probably be closer to $69, $79. But you're getting over 1.5 carats on a beautiful pink sapphire. I don't see a lot of pink sapphires here. So I will say that if you ever want to get a pink sapphire, 1.5 carats for under $200, here's an opportunity. All right, so we're going to move on. Sold $115, under $50, even a $12.20 budget pay on this too. Excellent opportunity. Excellent, excellent opportunity. Just beautiful. Get the chain too. Okay, so set you right there, and I actually think that goes pretty nicely for those of you who got the that opal. That goes really nicely, I think, with those opal. Yeah, because you got all the ovals together. I'm always brainstorming on ways to get those out to you.
So for this one, it says we're completely sold out, but we do have 5 of these, of this next one.
Okay. So this is one we sold probably, well, I think we sold just about everything we had, but there, and it's going to say sold out on the website. We have 5 of these remaining. It's one of the big best sellers we've had, at least on the live stream, and for good reason. You've got, well, a 3 carat 70. Genuine, mined from the earth, ruby. Apologies to those of you who did buy this. I said I have to show this again. It's too outrageously beautiful. It's too fantastic, and it's a huge, huge ruby. Ruby, July birthstone, king of the gemstones. One of the 3 kings, rubies, emeralds, sapphire. I mean, this color, everything about it, all, oh, could we change this up in the background?
Yeah.
All textbook. This is going to be sold $116, but these are textbook, exactly what you want in a ruby. In terms of color, in terms of hue, saturation, you've got nice fire. You're seeing little embers within the ruby here. I mean, this looks, and I've sold a lot of Burmese rubies. This is the Nyassa material, but I've sold a lot of Burmese rubies that look about this size, that are serted and whatnot. And this looks almost as good. I mean, obviously I've sold a lot of them, so I've seen some that are slightly better in terms of quality, but this has the exact look of rubies that go out there for literally tens of thousands of dollars per carat. Ruby right now, I think, is the leader in the clubhouse in terms of records. It kind of flips back and forth, I think, between pink diamonds and rubies. Like they've been dueling for a number of years, as long as I can remember, in terms of the the cost per carat. But the ruby, I think, is the current leader in the clubhouse. I think there's like a $50,000. It was a heavy carat weight ruby, obviously, that sold on auction here in recent memory. That put rubies in the lead. It's just, red is a power color. This is a power ring. It's got a nice mounting there. It's all going to be in stainless steel. So this will last you forever. It'll outlive us all. And you got something ruby, of course, corundum, going to be 9 on the most hardness scale, so very, very durable in terms of scratches and things like that, and 9. But can't say enough about this one. You got it sort of flattened at the top. You got the bezeling surrounding this, but you've also got it prong set, so that's going to keep it nice and secure in there as well. So you've essentially got double duty here with the bezeling and the prong setting. Huge stone. Again, that was a 3 carat 70, nearly 4 carats. It's going to give, and set in stainless steel, so it gives you that platinum look that will remain so forever. This is going to be definitely everyday wearable. It kind of tapers a little bit there at the bottom, but it's the ideal gents ring. It really is. And I got to tell you, to be able to get this at $29.99, red, color of love, passion, fire. It's the perfect gents ring. It's just the ideal, because you've got the ideal color, you've got the ideal setting, sort of a Rolex style there. You've got that sort of triple grid, almost waffle style grid there on either side, just to give it a little bit of 3-dimensionality and texturing. You've got a nice high polish going on here at the top. It's never going to stain. It's never going to oxidize. It shouldn't tarnish at all. It's just easy to clean. It's so low maintenance. You do have the open air under gallery, so if they don't have your size, now again, I'm going to probably say this one more time before I move on though, but I do want to say it again now. It's going to show as sold out on the website. So go to sold 116, or we want to call the personal shopper. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we want to do is we want to call the personal shopper. That number is 877-899-0490. 877-899-0490. Personal shopper line, and tell them this is item sold 116, or give them item number 7643-824. Again, the item number 7643-824. And tell them that this was on the live stream. It was showing as sold out, but we know that there are 5 remaining. There may not be 5 remaining at this point. Now that we started this presentation, because this is one of the best sellers we've ever had, and it should never, ever be, I don't think, below $100, much less $29.99, less than $30. This looks like a $20,000 ring, because you've got essentially what gives you that look, that sort of pigeon blood red ruby there, nearly 4 carats, which should be $5,000 a carat. Or it's going to give you that $5,000 a carat look. Again, it does have the Fisher filling, but this is a mine from the earth, genuine ruby. It's fantastic. Anyway, I love it. So gents, ladies, perfect Valentine's Day gift. I don't know what they have in terms of the size, but find a finger, make it fit. Actually, that fits really good on my pointer finger. But don't miss this one. If you have to go, because you've got that open air under gallery, for example, I think this is the 12, but it works on larger fingers for me. And obviously the 12 works fine because that's what I wear as a 12, but you could slide into some, if let's just say, for example, there's only 11, I could easily slide into an 11 comfortably on this one, because you do have the open air under gallery. But so much life, so much to say about that. And again, item sold 116. Now for the last time, if you just joined us, this is what we're talking about. Nearly 4 carats, 3 carat 70. Genuine mined from the earth ruby. Ideal. Pigeon blood red. Sort of a little bit of the fire engine, but nice life. Nice Rolex style design on the mounting. Nice grid work here. Nice high polish here, breaking up that monotony. Nice bezeling, then extra protection with the prongs. Low profile, everyday wearable. Tapers down at the bottom. Stainless steel, doesn't bend or break for the most part. Gives you a look of platinum. And it's going to say sold out on the website, but again, you'll go call the personal shopper. That number is 877-899-0490. 877-899-0490. We had 5 left when we started the show. Just say, they should be able to find it in the system at item number 764-3824. 764-3824. All right, so we're going to move on, but man, is this is something special. So it might be one of my favorite gents rings. It's definitely, in terms of pound for pound, the price, $29.99, with a 3 carat ruby, plus, or over 3.5 carat ruby. Yeah, no brainer. Take advantage of that. I'm gonna leave that on. I love it. All right, so we're gonna move on to AAA quality on a beautiful tanzanite pendant here. All right, this is item sold 117. Let's talk about tanzanite for a minute. Give you a look at that. Got really, really excellent in terms of the color, saturation, AAA quality. But little quick tutorial, and I know most of you know the story. Don't roll your eyes at me. I see you rolling your eyes. All right, tanzanite. Mohammed Obatu, the year is probably 1960. I want to say he discovered it around 63, but let's call it 66. He discovers Mohammed Obatu. He was a tribesman that lived in the local area there. He stumbles upon what is a really beautiful blue gemstone. Probably thinks it's a blue sapphire. No telling what he thought. He then goes on to present the stone, the blue gemstone that he finds, to a local tradesman that was out there that had been working with some of the miners. There was other material that had been discovered out in the area, but he goes on to talk to a prospector, and that gentleman then gets this gemstone to Tiffany and Company, and the rest is history. Essentially, Tiffany and Company, they go on to name it Tanzanite after the country of its origin. The only place on Earth, by the way, that this material can be found. Tiffany and Company debuts it in, I think, 1968 or early 69, in a beautiful trillium ring. But the area where this only one source gemstone can be found is relatively small. There's about 4 mines. There's an A block, there's a D block, A, B, C, and D block, which are the different sectors of the mine in this little 4.5 to 5 square mile area. The only area on Earth where this beautiful gemstone can be found. It typically is seen in sort of a brown form. It's brown zoisite, or blue zoisite, if we want to get technical with it, because once you heat these typically brown stones, if there's some natural heating that's done through the Earth's natural radiation, they have been known to find ones that don't use the heat treatment, but by and large, they heat treat it to sort of speed up Mother Nature to get this radiant, violet, blue, sometimes pink, pleochroic gemstone. In other words, depending on which area and angle you look at the gemstone, you will see different colors. You'll see some violet flashes and some, depending on the hue grade. In other words, this one's AAA that we're talking about here. That's going to put you in terms of, that's a rating scale. I believe the AGI and several other accredited gemologist groups use that scale. There's different scales that can be used for color, but this is the simplified one. A is going to be more violet. AA going to be a little bit starting to get a little more into the darker blue hues. And then once we get to AAA, you're talking very, very expensive. You're talking very, very luxurious in terms of the depth and the hue, the richness of the blues. So it's gonna be less on the violet, more on those deep, rich blues. We're in the top 5 percentile at the AAA. And then of course there's Quad A, which is very expensive, and that's gonna be your top 1%. But we're in the top 5 percentile with this stone. So you're talking about one of the rarest gemstones on the planet, 1,000 times more rare than even a diamond. The color, spectacular. This is going to give you the color that I think can only be seen probably on a $10,000 a carat blue sapphire. Is about the closest thing you could come to getting this type of color. And it's just beautiful. You've got it in an elegantly simplistic mounting here. Just got a nice, almost like a music note here, but you do have sort of a sash. And what I guess we would call this sort of a infinity design. It kind of looks almost like a music note, but you have sort of a sash of these beautiful white zircons. They're going to come down either side here. You got a nice high polish here, nice high polish there. That sort of bypass styling there of this infinity or figure 8 design. Very classy, and it's 20 inches on your chain. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a stone that you can look forward, well, it already is at the retail level. It's already extremely expensive. But this is one you can look forward to being virtually impossible to procure. I think within probably the next 5 to 10 years without going to, say, an estate sale or without paying an ungodly amount of money for. Anytime I talk to anybody, if they ask me what, because I ask gemologists this question every time I talk to them, like, what are you bullish on? In other words, what's the gemstone, something that I should be really focusing on getting at the moment? This is always in that conversation. Always. It's a December birthstone too. Fairly recently made to a December birthstone. Also your 24th month anniversary stone, I believe. But this is always in the conversation. Is it the largest stone? Not necessarily. But this is going to be one of those stones, much like alexandrite, much like your potassium tourmaline, that I think is going to be in the conversation when we talk about benchmark sizes. You think benchmark size is like a 1 carat, a 2 carat. This is one of those stones that I think that ultimately is going to end up, we're going to have a conversation about quarter carats. If we could scroll down just a little bit, I think that this is going to be one of those stones, much like alexandrite, to where when you have even a quarter carat, you're talking about very expensive. That will be your benchmark, a new benchmark, because it's going to be that rare to find. 25 points on the center stone. Is it the biggest stone? No. Is it one of the finest? Yes, because it is that AAA quality material. It is your average engagement ring diamond size. The remainder is going to be in the white zircon. Those are nice accenting stones. But if you've never gotten AAA quality material, I can't encourage this strongly enough. This is $49.99. Elegantly simplistic, very genteel, very, very nice. It's going to work with almost anybody. And that color is spectacular. So there we go for everyone on TikTok. And look, if you go online right now, you can find decent quality tanzanite. But most of what you're going to find, if it's anywhere under $100, is going to be, it's going to say lab created tanzanite. If it says that, red flag, red flag. We've not been able to lab create this material, unfortunately. They can't get it down. They've tried. What they're typically going to see, they're going to call lab created, are going to be cubic zirconium that's colored with blue coloring, essentially. But this material cannot be lab created at this point. We lab created moissanite. That was a huge feat. Lab created diamonds. We lab created the aforementioned alexandrite. Lab created sapphires. Lab created rubies, of course. Cannot lab create this material. And it is going bye-bye. So just to finish off that story, Tiffany Market, Tiffany and Company brings it to market. It's a rich pedigree behind that name, and with it coming to the market in the late 60s. That brings us up to today when most of those mines, A, B, C, or A, B, and D mines have been shuttered for the most part. C mine is still available, still supposedly has a decent amount of material, but it was put up for sale about almost maybe a year and a half ago now, and there's been no takers. So the people that have looked at it obviously don't find it to be cost effective to go down there and mine, and at this point the mines are so deep down in the earth, several football fields from what I understand are those mines. It's just not a cost-effective operation. So we can look forward to this gemstone continuing to go up and up and up in price, but today you can get that for $49.99. Now, we're going to move on to, I believe, one of our final items here.
We have 3 more.
Okay. Oh, then I better speed up. Sorry about that.
No,
what we have here, if you get one, the one that we just showed you, I can't encourage you strongly enough to get the matching earrings that we have for you here. Now these, again, we're going to be AAA quality. 65 points on those. I'm going to kind of show you here like this. So we've got that deep, rich hue. And for everybody else, are y'all seeing that good? Do you know if you can see this good?
Let me check.
Kind of give me a heads up here. Let me know what I'm working with. Because I want to.
Oh, that's pretty good, yeah.
Excellent. So 65 points all together. Now you do have, again, the white zircon surrounding them. They're going to go absolutely beautifully with the pendant, which was sold 117. This is sold 118. They're going to go quite nicely indeed. And this thing got all messed up, sorry. Let's see if I can fix this for you. You get the chain, by the way, on that previous item. It's all hung up. It's in a headlock. Here we go. Okay. Because I want to show these together. The earrings as well will be $49.99. But, come on, man. Work with me. Here we go. So, just wanted to show these together because I think they make a beautiful set. I say set because you got the matching chain, or the chain that comes along with that previous item. So let's talk about the earrings. We got lever backs on here. We've got platinum over sterling silver. AAA quality, again, I'm not going to go through that whole deal again. With nice accenting halos. Going to give you a large look here on your gemstones. If we could scroll down to the bottom, you got sort of a spade design above here, just adding a little extra zhuzh to use a Becky word, to the top here. Got nice articulation on the dangles. These are dangles I could totally see you in everyday wear, casual wear, dressed up to the 9s and 10s all day with these, because you do have such excellent color. You do have something that looks very, very expensive. You're talking about 46 points between those two. So for all intents and purposes, we're talking about 1/2 carat or 1/4 carat each here on these. About your average engagement ring diamond size. White zircon, of course, giving you the look of diamonds. Often a stunt double. These are going to be 5x3 in terms of the center stone. And then you'll have the remainder, what is that, let's see, remaining, I guess, 15 points or so on your white zircon halo. These are under $100. They're under $50. They're $49.99. AAA quality material. Absolutely gorgeous. Here, just to give you an idea of scale there. All right. These are great. If you have a larger tanzanite ring, these would be excellent to go. AAA or AA, whatever it may be, quad A ring. These would go lovely with that. Again, one source gemstone, very, very difficult to come by these days at the retail level. And if you see it anywhere at the retail level, typically it's going to be a lot of your high-end showrooms, your blue box, your red box stores, your Bulgaries, you name it. And it's going to be wildly expensive. So take advantage of those under $50. How many do we have of these? I'm just curious.
22.
Okay, so we've got less than 2 dozen of these remaining. Last in stock. If you don't own Tanzanite yet, look, we were going to do half a show here with Tanzanite today. We didn't have it. I mean, it was very, very difficult. We probably could if we really, really worked at it, because we probably have more Tanzanite at this point than anybody. But know that those days are coming to an end, even here. And we spoiled you. I know we have. But to be able to still get these for under $100, you really, really should strongly consider it. You should think about getting more than one. If you're a vendor out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You better gobble these up. For genuine Tanzanite, one source gemstone that's rapidly disappearing from the earth in terms of new jewelry, this is going to be one about 10 years from now that you'll only be able to get maybe here, because we know people with the rough, but in new jewelry, you'll probably only be able to get it in estate jewelry about 10 years from now. So something to consider when we talk about Tanzanite. We're going to move on, but that was items sold 118, under $50, all in precious metal, with nearly a quarter carat on either center stone of AAA quality material. That is worth taking a bow for. That's a fantastic deal. Okay, so Tanzanite, beautiful, gorgeous. Now the next pendant here that I'm going to show you, I love this because what you have is you've got we'll call it, this is a Sonoran design here. You've got beautiful turquoise here. This material is fantastic. Almost got a little bit of a green hue to it. So at first glance, I was like, oh, this is a killer four-leaf clover just in time for St. Patrick's Day coming up in about a month and a half, right? But you've also, it's a butterfly motif. So it kind of acts dual purpose, right? So butterflies, of course, also good luck, birth, renewal, metamorphosis, positive change. All examples of that are the butterfly. But this one, kind of to me, just I like that it's dual purpose, because you do have a sort of green hue turquoise there, 4 carat 90, so a lot of it. A nice size there too. This is sort of not too small, not too big. It's going to be what we kind of refer to as the sort of Goldilocks size here. Going to be about an inch from bail to bottom, about an inch wide as well. Nice, ornate, all in that beautiful sort of got the oxidized sterling silver here. And you've got, well, sort of a little bit of an open air behind the gallery, but you do have those stones nicely protected there. And this one not going to come with the pendant, I don't think. Could we scroll up just a little bit more? I don't think it comes with, oh, not the pendant it comes with, obviously, but not the chain.
No, not the chain, no.
Okay, so not on the chain, no big deal. We can get you a chain, no problem. I mean, you can use one of the chains from anything you bought today, or you can go to our website, shoplc.com. But this pendant, folks, with this very, very beautiful, rare to see this color, hue, and this quality material on the turquoise. This is going to be under $50. It's $49.99. You do have a Zachary treatment over the turquoise. Again, that's that coating that we use a lot of times for the turquoise, which protects it from getting bleached by the sun and just being a porous material. You want to have that. But absolutely gorgeous, $49.99 on that one. And it's beautiful. It's just the ideal size to me. And look at this on the model. Obviously, she does a better job of showing it than I do. And I'm just a big fan of this particular hue. You've got this nice, almost, you're going to see typically turquoise, anywhere you find copper, turquoise, or anywhere you find turquoise, you'll typically find copper. So you've got these little, almost you can see them a little bit, the slight bit of copper almost veining in these. Or give that almost a golden hue there, like a pyrite perhaps. But it's just lovely. All very, very well made, handcrafted in sterling silver. And I love all the detail work there too. You've got these little rivets for the butterfly. You've even got little butterfly ears or little sort of butterfly tentacles, almost like a fleur-de-lis kind of deal going on above it. And you've even got this nice sort of mill graining here, this channel mill graining going on there, and a little bit of that going on the exterior as well. It's just a well-crafted piece, absolutely beautiful. Easily cost you $100 anywhere else you go. You get it today for $49.99. And we're going to move on to our final item and this was sold $119. But I'm going to keep this in my hand because what we're basically going to do is give you a matching ring. I love, love, love the design on this ring, and we'll get it pushed up behind me as well here in just a moment, because you got sort of an Art Deco style symmetry going on with the ring. Again, this is from our Sonoran collection, and it's going to be 2 carats in your turquoise. Going to give you that same similar hue that we saw in the previous item. The picture doesn't quite, well, it does it justice. It's going to see the little sort of almost gold flashes and sort of really, really excellent color on a past, present, and future north to south design. So have a look at that. A lot of detail work to break down here. So we've got these bezels set, going to give them nice protection. Again, you're going to have the Zachary treatment. The price on this is what's kind of boggling my mind here. It's, I mean, look at it. Any showroom you go to, something like this, that much hand design, crafted sterling silver, all this beautiful turquoise is going to probably look to be around $299, something like that. We're doing this for $39.99. $39.99. Going to give you that big, bold, almost cocktail ring. You've got sort of a knuckle-to-knuckle design. Think about it. I've got very large fingers, but there it is, just to kind of give you an idea of scale there. Love, love, love the symmetry. Love the design. Love that oxidized sterling silver. All these beautiful sort of fleur-de-lis or column, look like the top of like a Greek column, don't they? On either side. And of course, bezel set nice and protected. Zachary treatment. Protecting those stones, $39.99. We got a size 6 and a 7. Very sizable though. Very, very sizable is this one. So, you know, if we don't have it in your size, that shouldn't be an issue there with this one. But it's just had a lot going for it. I would almost think, I mean, if I could get this in a larger size, I think this would work kind of as a gent's ring too, because you do have that sort of a wide cigar style band there. Again, but you've got the symmetry, you know, so you've got that sort of Art Deco symmetry going on as well. This is a really, really unique looking ring. And you know me, I like different. So, and I like inexpensive. This checks all those boxes. A, beautiful gemstones, check. B, handcrafted, gorgeous, luxury metal, precious metal, check. Price. Big check, $39.99. It's available in size 6 and 7. So that's going to be our last item here. I want to encourage you all to come back at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're in the East, it will be 3 p.m., where we're going to come back and do it all over again with all new different stuff. And we have some fantastic opportunities for you coming up during that hour. So if you just joined us, go back, check this out. It should be available in the next hour or so, and then I'll be back in 2 hours with our second round, not to be missed. Thank you. God bless. We'll see you in a little bit. All right. Cool. I thought we were running out of stuff.
Oh, no. We were.
So I was like, ooh. All right. Do we know what size this one is?
I believe it's a 12. That's what it says on the sheet. Yeah, 12.
That's all that's available?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.